I'm having one problem after the other this morning. Really apologize. But anyway, let's just do this. Let's get right into this. There are a few points that I want you guys to follow. And remember, and this counts for any god, nearly. Any deity, nearly. This is for the self. This video is going to help you go, never thought about that. I'm going to tell you all now. If you're waiting on a power to change you into something that you're not at all, you're in the wrong fucking place. You've got the wrong mindset already. The reason that we do these things that we do on the left-hand path is that we are certain ways. We have character. These deities, these demons add unto these characters. Sometimes Belial will change your DNA to create a new person of yourself, to create a new you, and you will find, just as I did a few days ago, that my videos before were a lot worse than the ones that I'm making now. So, you notice these things. You notice these things. The gods notice that you notice these things. They already know that you're going to do these things. And they have planned for this. How did they plan for this? They see your potential. What feeling is holding you back right now? It isn't real. What feeling holds you back from the left-hand path and deities and demons and summoning and ritual work isn't real. That's all in your head. That's you. That feeling of wondering what you should do next, it doesn't exist. You yourself have to give up on the fact that you won't ever know all the information. That you will never, if you keep searching for the deity for you, it's already presented itself to you. You just have to uncover, to discover that within yourself, not out in the world. This is where we fell. Now, that feeling you have, let it go. It doesn't exist anymore. The feeling you had before you came and watched all these things, you will not have the feeling. I admonish you to not have the feeling. I command you to not have that feeling. The angst, the worry, don't have it. This reality is these demons exist because they are. They are character. We are character. We are characterized by the characteristics of demons, not God. This is the parable. This is the story. In our psyche, we have emotion and feeling, but you feel that emotion. It has always existed, even before the emotions you have always existed, even before you notice them, as a baby to a toddler. When you finally noticed you got hurt the first time in your first owie and you fall down and cry, that is you acknowledging your own ability to notice, to feel. There are much more sensitive and far more powerful sensory apparatuses than our eyes and nose and ears and our mouth, skin, and all these things. You can touch is big for us, but that's not where all these things exist. You rely on your senses, just as it says one. And Yahweh doesn't exist in our minds. He exists in faith. That's it. Faith doesn't determine my hunger for food, if I want to fuck, or if I want to drink and smoke. My character does. And we're all made of character. Characteristics, physical, mental, all the above. And they all come from our demons, our infernal power, our birth, of what we are. Earthling, demon, Azazelian, a satanic son of a bitch. Your views will change, and Azazel will guide you into these things. You will become successful. You will command your life, not your subconscious. You're not trying to command your subconscious. You're commanding your life. You are God now. Forget all the other bullshit. You might as well have stole the fire from the heavens, from the gods. You might as well crafted the weapons of war. You might as well be the intelligence of the gods and the essence that they represent. Yeah, you yourself are reliance and power over your own will and life, and you yourself will surpass your own limits with Azazel. Just as people say that they are non-theistic, use Satan and Lucifer as an adversarial deity to admonish themselves away from right-hand path belief, to not believe into a deity now, even on their left-hand path, but to live as a true human being without a fucking right of a Bible to tell you what to do. Now, or deity, I should say, whether you try to feel in ritual or not, Azazel is going to impact you and change you, whether you believe in him or not. Because when you summon him, he changes us. He makes you unrecognizable day by day, or even some amount of time. He will approach the user with as much respect as the user approaches him with, because you are in control. And only he can do what you so put forth at a certain level. Now, controlling these high powers should be done daily. You should look at yourself every day. Concerning yourself with yourself is the first key. As I said, the key of Azazel is to throw all the other information away, all the other knowledge that doesn't matter. Is to find your own power in your voice, to find your own power in your own image, and to use those two things to venerate, to create energy, to provide thinking, knowledge in yourself every goddamn day. Because if you don't, you will not get any further. You will not learn, because you must apply yourself. You don't ask them and beg them every day to do these things. You do the fucking ritual for them. You go ahead and make a pact with Azazel, and you study the fuck out of him, because there are numerous accounts of him. There are numerous books about him. There are numerous authors for him. There are numerous places to find yourself every single day without having to change your God every 5 fucking minutes because you think you have to. Fuck that shit. Who gives a shit about that anymore? No one does. People disrespect you because you flip-flop. I've done it myself. Don't do what I did. Stick to what you were given. Stick to what followed you your whole life. Don't change for anyone else, because this is all for you. He gave us sorcery. Azazel gave us sorcery. Take advantage of these rights. And whenever you resume yourself after all this thinking, renew yourself in Azazel. Your own self. Renew yourself daily. I would say, as I've got written here, you may question the next deity or direction you should go. I say slow the mind and experience your godhood in the now. People are so fucking ready to have all the stuff that EA has and to just be fucking rich that they don't even take advantage of the everyday personal connection that they get with their demon. They throw the ritual, the whole thing to the side just to get to the goal. When in reality, the goal is to slow the fuck down. To become the ritual. To become Azazel. To have him possess you. to have him be in control of you whenever he wants and needs to be in your life, to show you something that's coming, to prepare you. This is the next part. Now, why is the ritual to fall? You failed, not Azazel. You must take time to feel that passion, to be full of energy and fiery infatuation. To then, and only then, after you feel this way, to push all of that energy forward into the initial call to Azazel in that ritual or in your life. Taking the time to experience your skin crawl and your vision change and your ears ring. Most will already have quit doing anything by this time because they were too afraid or they were not willing to take the time to relax and to concentrate on the ritual, and therefore they didn't prepare, and therefore they didn't take time, and therefore they didn't feel anything. They didn't experience a damn thing, not even the slightest thing. You either have to take this path seriously, or you get beat the fuck down until you decide to follow the path seriously, because you, inside, even if Azazel had dwelt with you before the beginning, that demon wants out to be better you. Your better you wants out to proclaim, I am me. Your better you wants you to succeed. Not necessarily Azazel. He is your character. He is your drive and your fire, and he is the origin and the reason behind why we sorcerize our life. Taking the time to experience these things and making it through the changes is no test. It is the way that we ascend. It's not a test. The ascension isn't in the ascension. The ascension is after you get through your hard time. You don't slowly get better. You go from A to B to C to D. And as numbers from 1 to 100 quadrillion, you will get better. You will never max out. You will always get better. And if you are lacking in one place or another in your life, you can call upon another demon to open. Belial is a good opener from what I can read. And also, to note, before this is over with, making it through the changes is no test, and you must only make it to your own potential. Not everyone is going to be the greatest sorcerer in the fucking world. Not everyone's going to have every fucking thing that EA and everybody has, because EA worked his ass off for that shit. He worked his fucking ass off for that shit. To provide what he only provides, he works his ass off for it. And he has many other people and friends that do the same as he. And they're grateful for their own work. And they don't nearly want or need for much. Because they choose to not have to want for anything. Because they put the initial power into their ritual. They did become possessed, as I have before many times by Azazel, to procure works, art, workings, rituals, and books, music, everything, my life in general, to change my attitude towards my family, to help me be a better person. Every ritual is a step towards this goal for you. Don't worry about what God serves you best, because you already know the God that you had been serving on the left-hand path. Once you can understand that any ritual will work, any ritual will, in fact, make a progression towards your goals. Because you performed with patience and respect to this goal, to be your own God yourself, to be your own person in this life that we have, to be successful and be happy, to be healthy, to be prosperous, to give all your infernal power to the gods, to know that the infernal realms are real, and to know that you're fighting a battle that's bigger than any military, the battle of the human being. The results may vary. Your godhood is your responsibility. This is A.D. Nathanael, Babayaga Thompson, with the Order of Azazel. Until next time, El Azazel.